A century-old Eastern Kentucky school building is more haunted today than ever before.
I am standing outside the old Blackberry Elementary School, and I know this looks a little bit different, but we're having to film tonight in the dark. And we're filming in the dark for a reason, because the old Blackberry Elementary School is now called Hauntophobia. We're coming into our second season, and I literally cannot see anything around me right now, so I'm hoping that you can see me.
Amazing. It's one of the best haunted houses I've ever gone.
Hauntophobia for me was a very surreal experience, honestly.
One of the best houses in Eastern Kentucky.
We had never really thought about doing it ourselves until a friend of my brother-in-law's actually bought this old school. So we immediately said that would be such a good place for a haunted house, but we really didn't think that we'd have the opportunity to do it. It came up that he was thinking about tearing this part down and just keeping the new part. And we immediately said, hey, don't do that. Why don't you let us do a haunted house? And he along with everybody just thought that, that really wouldn't go anywhere. But he's like, okay, you don't want to try it, that's fine, go ahead.
We really tried to give the community and give haunted house lovers something they've never seen before. We don't look for pretty, we don't look for just flashy in colors. We want to go from getting you scared, having fun, to living a nightmare. We want you to feel like you're in the nightmare and you're part of the scene.
We try not to be too evil too, because we don't want to stir up any crap, It's scary. we don't want that. I believe in it, but we definitely don't want to conjure up anything in this place because it's scary enough as it is.
Our goal is for them to quit. We don't want them to finish it. We want them to come through and be so scared they can't finish the haunt. That's our goal. And the people that can finish it, we want them to walk away saying, man, that was something.
We really want to do something that's over the top, that's great, that's awesome, it's better than anybody else has.
But with great visions come great struggles.
We finished the first weekend of November and I started taking the stuff down that week. It's pretty much, we work 12 months a year. We work all the time. So it's not like we work, dusk till dawn all the time, but we put in, 3 or 4 hours a day, probably 4 or 5 days a week in those months when it's not really crucial. But when it gets to July, then we're here. We work all night long on the weekends. We work till the sun comes up on Saturday nights, Friday nights, Saturday nights. We work all hours of the night. I really would like to know how many hours we actually put into it because we've never really thought about that. But this room alone, when we had it fixed for Pet Cemetery this year, we easily had a couple of weeks, of hours of work in here, getting it ready, which we already had it was all black, but we just put this stuff up to cover, to make it look woodsy. But yeah, we're months in preparation, and right up till the day we open, we're still, we're doing things while there are people in line. We're still doing things that need to be done, like lighting and things that ends up being a last minute thing. While the haunt is going on, we have things to fix constantly. And we have like a couple employees here that are just maintenance during the haunt. People destroy things on the weekends. They get so scared, they tear the doors down, they tear the walls down, they tear plastic down, they tear curtains down, they just panic. And so we have our little walkie-talkies, we walkie out to whoever's working that, my door's off the hinges because somebody just ripped it off the hinges.
There is a town nestled in the hills of eastern Kentucky, a town that thousands flock to every fall. This town's dark history is now told thanks to a nationally recognized haunted attraction. The Fallsburg Haunted House not only displays Hollywood effects, but recreates the wickedness and lore of this town's past, along with the corn maze, Hell's Wagon paintball, and the newly added Crazy Creek.
I have never been to Fallsburg. My husband, my sister, her husband, all the owners have not been to Fallsburg. But my nieces have been there. We know people who have been there, and we know that they've been in business for I think 30 years. So we have a lot of respect for them, and it's really flattering. And it feels really good when people tell us that we're better, they think we're better than they are, because, they are a success. So we'd love to be what they are and how they've made it happen for this long. And in a way, we don't feel like it's really fair, to be compared to them, for us to, they're 2 hours away, and we're not trying to be in competition with them. We can actually we could be together on it because of the distance, if there's people, and when people call, I have people call a lot and will say, is there from a few hours away, and they'll say, are there any other haunts close to you? That could make our trip worthwhile to come down there. So I always tell them, okay, well, there's this one, there's Fallsburg, that's a couple hours away, and there's the old hospital on the hill, because they were doing that for the last couple of years. So I always try to plug for the other people as well as my own.
This fall, whether you're an Eastern Kentucky native or just passing through, make it a point to visit the growing attraction that is Hauntophobia. Operating hours begin the final week of September and last through the final days of October, with ticket sales lasting from 7 p.m. to 12:30 a.m. each open night. For more information or to get in contact, head to your web browser and search for Hauntophobia at Blackberry Creek.